Everyone. This is the 2nd of January 2023, so we're at the beginning of the year. I know a lot of us have made some resolutions to increase our efficiency, increase our productivity, improve our health, and so on and so forth. So we're still at the stage of really wanting or being excited about accomplishing those resolutions and wanting to make sure that we do accomplish them. Which brings me to a little tool that I discovered recently. I can't believe that it took me that long to discover it because it's been around for a very, very long time. And it's called the Eisenhower Box or Eisenhower Matrix. And in the Eisenhower Box, you put in different categories, or you assign different categories to tasks that you want to accomplish. And you decide whether to do them now, to delegate them, to delete them, and so on and so forth. So a little bit about Eisenhower. So Eisenhower, we're talking about Dwight Eisenhower, the 34th president of the United States. He's somebody who accomplished a heck of a lot, enough for 3 lifetimes. And he was instrumental in starting the interstate highway system, in starting the internet system, in starting NASA, in starting Clean Energy Act. And that's when he was president. Before he was president, he was the commander of NATO. He commanded the U.S. Army in World War II. He did so many different things, including having time to golf and paint. So, needless to say, a very accomplished individual that we can really use as a model for how we can do so much, and how we can actually attain goals, in how we can accomplish so many different things in a fairly short amount of time. I remember many years ago, I was talking to Jim, a friend of mine and a coach of mine, and I was just complaining about, man, there's just not enough hours in the day. I need, the joke, I need 25, 26 hours in a day for me to accomplish what I need to accomplish. And I just got so much on my plate and so on. And he actually asked me, facetiously, he said, how much time do you think the president of the United States has? He asked, do you think the president of the United States has a lot of tasks that need to be accomplished in a day? Do you think he has so many decisions that he needs to make within the span of a day? Do you think he has a lot more than you in terms of things that need to be accomplished in the day? And the answer, of course, is yeah. He's like one of the busiest men on the face of Earth. And then facetiously, Jim asked me, and do you think he also has 24 hours within a day? So that brought the point home that there are so many different things that need to be accomplished within a whatever specific span of time. Let's say within a day. Some people accomplish them, others don't. So in this video, I'm just trying to share a small, simple tool that you can utilize to help you accomplish the goals that you set out for yourself. As was mentioned earlier, I discovered this Eisenhower Box or Eisenhower Matrix that I felt really improves your ability to accomplish stuff by increasing your efficiency and productivity. And I just want to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So here's an example of the Eisenhower Matrix, again, or Eisenhower Box. And in it, you divide your tasks into 4 categories. The categories are either important and urgent, or important and not urgent, or not important and urgent, or not important and not urgent. And depending on which category that task falls into, determines what you're going to be doing with it next. For instance, if it's important and urgent, then you do it, and you do it now. If it's important but not urgent, you decide on it and schedule a time to actually do it. If it's not important and but urgent, you go ahead and delegate it. You give it to somebody to actually do it and decides who can actually accomplish that task. And then if it's not important and not urgent, you simply delete it. You simply get it off of your schedule. There's a saying, I'm going to paraphrase here, but it basically says that the fastest way to accomplish something is to not do it. And what that means is we're not talking about being lazy and not doing stuff that you need to do and so on and so forth. No, no, no. What we're talking about is determine what's important, determine what needs to be done, and do that. Stuff that is not important, doesn't need to be done, then get rid of it. Uh, so again, the division is if it's important and urgent, you do it now. Important, not urgent, you decide a time for you to actually do it. Urgent and not important, you delegate it. And not urgent, not important, get rid of it. A simple way to accomplish all of this stuff is to create again, a simple Excel um, template that also divides the different tasks into the different categories. And here's an example of that. So let's say in the morning, you determine what your goals are or what your tasks are or the things that you actually want to accomplish today. And then you place those tasks into the different boxes within that matrix. So if it's urgent and important on the top left side, again, you do it now. So what do you do with that? You make a plan to finish it, and you start tracking the work progress. So there are a lot of programs that can help you do that. One that comes to mind is Asana. There's others like Monday Morning and so on and so forth. Those programs will help you make the plan to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish, and you make it now. And also, it allows you to track whatever progress is happening with that plan that you created. Because a lot of times those plans can include other people, and you need to make sure that you track the progress of that task. On the upper right side, we have, or what we call the second quadrant, we have the tasks that are less important, less urgent, but still important. So with these, you add the timeline. Now, when do you want to accomplish them? It doesn't have to be now, but you create some sort of a timeline in terms of their accomplishment, and you start tracking the progress, as well as you figure out who you need to involve, who you need to invite to accomplish that. And again, you can do it manually, you can do it just a pen and paper, or you can use any of the many programs that are out there. Again, I mentioned Asana, I mentioned Monday Morning. I'm not associated with any of them, but I do use Asana myself in my business at Dental Care Team Group, and that helps in making sure that things are organized and are kept on top of, and nothing falls through the cracks. On the lower left side, you have tasks that are urgent but less important. So with these, you automate them. Things that need to be paid on a weekly or a monthly basis, you just automate it and you forget about it. Or you delegate it to somebody to actually do it. And with the delegation, you watch to make sure that it's being done. And if things are not happening according to what you envision, then you need to have a discussion with whoever you've delegated those tasks to. The fourth quadrant, and that's on the lower right side, is in there you put in tasks that are not urgent and are not important. And for these, you just get rid of them. So delete them either for good or delete them for now to be done at a later date. So this way you get them off of your plate, you clean things up, and you allow time and energy and mental energy towards things that actually have to be done right now. These are the things that have to be done right now are the ones that actually provide you with the most benefit, with the most uh, cost to benefit or benefit to cost ratio, and they move your organization or your day forward. So again, in the morning, you create some sort of a list of tasks that need to be done, of goals that need to be accomplished. You divide those goals and tasks into the different categories that are mentioned. You plug in those into the matrix, and an example of that is the one that is in front of you. And from there, you determine which tasks need to be done now, which tasks need to be delegated, which tasks need to be scheduled for a later time, and which tasks need to be gotten rid of. I hope that was helpful. Again, it's a fairly simple way, among many others. It's another tool you can put into your toolbox that will help you organize your day, organize your tasks, be a lot more efficient, be a lot more productive, and hopefully accomplish way more than you've done in the past. And decrease the amount of overwhelm that you would have at the beginning of a week, of a day, of a year, that make you stop in your tracks and not accomplish as much as you could. So, thank you very much, and good luck.